So it's me and baby Zahra here. Say hi, baby Zahra. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Yeah, say hi. Oh yes, yes, my big girl. Okay, shit. So today I am going to talk about my labor and delivery of baby Zahra. Yes, I did give birth to her in 6 minutes. It was vaginal and no epidural. I mean, I didn't have time, right? So, sorry, I'm gonna be looking like up and down because I'm like taking care of her. So, I'm like giving her snacks and stuff. So I'm just briefly going to talk about Anila's delivery because she was first. So, just to give an idea of how it was with her, I'm gonna be super quick with her. But I'm mainly gonna focus on Zahra's because let me center this a little more. Okay. Yep. So here's more snacks for my princess. More snacks for my princess. She's like, who are you talking to? Alright, so Anila, in total she was I was in labor for 12 hours. 6 hours I was in labor, and then they checked me and I was only 4 centimeters. So I was like, okay, they were kind of also like telling me maybe you should consider epidural, just because I was throwing up. My body tends to react that way. Like growing up, when I had my periods and everything, I would the pain was so extreme that I would throw up, and like when I have really bad stomach pains and stuff, I would just throw up. That's just how my body reacts. So I was like throwing up nonstop, like every hour maybe I was throwing up, or even more. And I was going through that for 6 hours, but I didn't want the epidural, and I was like, I could do this. But once they checked me and I was 4 centimeters, and they were like, you need to save your energy for when it's time to push. So I was like, all right, I'm only 4 centimeters. It's already been 6 hours. I'm gonna get the epidural, which was amazing. I had a good experience with the epidural. I did tell them always give me the smallest amount. So, it was just perfect. Like I could still feel my leg. Bless you, pretty baby. Bless you. I could still feel my legs. I didn't feel any pain. When maybe 3 hours before she was born, they had to put it again because they said that she was still too high, and my body would naturally just want to push her, and it was dangerous because she was still too high. So I told them again, give me the smallest dose. So they did. So when the time came to push, I still, I was 9 centimeters dilated, or 10 centimeters. I'm not sure. 9, 10, whatever. And it was time to push. I still felt the pressure. Every time I had to push, it felt for me. It wasn't pain. It was more like I felt like I had to poop. So I felt the pressure, and I knew I had to push. And I pushed for another 2 hours. It sounds worse. It sounds worse than what it was. I was pushing for 2 hours. It didn't hurt. It wasn't painful. It really wasn't stressful or anything. It was just, for me, it was more like annoying because I'm like, when is she gonna come out? Or, getting worried, like, is everything okay? But the pushing and everything, overall, I had a very good delivery. After, I was able to walk. I wasn't in pain. They gave me Tylenol, I think, or Motrin. I was good. I could walk. I was really good. I had a really good experience. So my doctor always told me, whenever you start feeling contractions and you think it's time, wait about 30 minutes to an hour, see if they're consistent. Oh, you want more? Take a warm shower, relax, eat something, and then head out. So that's what I did for both. For Anila, I was in the shower, I was shaving. My husband was taking count. I would tell him every time I got a contraction, and he was writing it down. So when the time came, I called the doctor and I was like, I'm getting them every so often. He was like, all right, so if your water didn't break and you're okay, take your time, get into the hospital. And that's what I wanted to do too. I didn't want to be, everyone told me you don't want to be stuck in the hospital for so long. So that's what I did. So overall, very good experience. I had a really good pregnancy too. So now with baby Zahra. Baby Zahra was due February 1st, and I had her January 24th. That day I went to the doctor. I had an appointment maybe like around 1 or 2 o'clock in the on that day, and let me see if she'll sit again. Oh. Yes, baby, you wanna sit? I had an appointment around I think it was like 1 or 2 o'clock. So the doctor checked me. He was like, okay, everything's good. He said I think I was a 1 centimeter dilated, but the cervix was still really, the cervix was behind. Okay, I don't know what it was, but something was too back in still. So he wasn't concerned that I was anytime going to give birth. If he only knew. So he checked me and he's like, you know, when you come back next week sometime, maybe I'll check you, and if you're still I guess not moving along, then you know, sometimes when I check, sometimes it does something that it will speed up your delivery. So I was like, all right, cool, no issues. I actually was planning a surprise 60th birthday for my mom on that weekend. So I didn't want to give birth before that, but I did. So I was like, all right, no rush, I'm good. So then I remember leaving the office. I was actually with Anila. I think I had to work that day, or I worked the day before and I slept over at my mom's house. So my mom would take care of Anila. So I was with Anila. I get in the car and I remember driving home. I started feeling like, I guess it was contractions, but they were so mild that I didn't attribute it to that. So I was like, don't tell me I'm about to go into labor, please, because I wanted to be around for my mom's surprise 60th. So I was like, nah, it's probably those Haxton bricks or whatever, right? So I'm driving home. I remember I get home, my hubby's home, and we go to the room. Anila and I were going to the room, and I think he was laying in the bed or something. And I go to lay down, and I remember I went to get up, and I had a crazy back pain. By this time, mind you, it's probably like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I had a crazy back pain. I was like, oh God, like this was, and I'm very pain tolerant. So that's another thing. Like, I guess like other people would be like, oh hell no, this is labor. I would be like, oh, I think it's labor, because I guess like me and my sisters, we're really good with pain, like tolerating pain. So I was like, this was like a little bit more than normal. I was like, don't tell me. Those driving back home, I'm feeling those pains. Then I feel this crazy pain. I'm like, okay, no, whatever. Then maybe I want to say, so it's around 3, right? So maybe half an hour to an hour later, I start feeling like contractions. But with Anila, I felt them at the front, like by the stomach area, like if they were like period cramps. This was more like the back. I was feeling in the back. So it was like 4 o'clock, and I think I started feeling like, okay, wait, I think something's going on. I'm starting to feel something continuously. Mind you, we were remodeling the house. We didn't even have a stove up here. Everything was a mess in the house. It was cold. It was just like crazy. So I was like, I think my hubby was downstairs in the basement or something, and I think I texted him and I was like, I think I'm going to labor. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I think so. I was like, I'll let you know. I did the same thing with the night. I'm like, I'll let you know in a little bit, in a couple more minutes, see how it's going. So I remember with Anila, they started like every 7 minutes I was getting contractions. With Zahra from the get, it was like every 4 minutes. So it wasn't hard to know like right away. Like maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes into it, I was like, I'm definitely, and they were getting worse like every time. So I'm like, I'm definitely going into labor. So I texted him again. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to labor. I'm going into the shower. I'm gonna start taking a shower. You're gonna need to run to the supermarket because my mother-in-law, we live with my mother-in-law, like you guys know, most of you. So she was gonna stay with Anila. I needed to make sure everything was good for her. The men were working here, and my hubby was like, okay, I think she's going into labor. Can you guys help me bring up the stove from downstairs? So they literally brought up the stove. He ran to the supermarket to get like milk, food for Zahra. Oh wait, I think Anila is banging on the door because she's outside helping hubby clean the car. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. All right, so where were we up to? Okay, so by the time I get out of the shower, I pack everything. I didn't even have a bag packed. It was a disaster. I didn't even have a backpack, so I didn't even pack a bag. Hubby, after I gave birth, he came and got everything ready for the baby and took a bag. So by the time all that happened, he went to supermarket. I like got things together for my mother-in-law for an island to make sure she was good. But we left. I remember I was like in the living room picking up stuff, like from the floor, and she's like, "It's okay, leave it. It's just my personality. I just need to be like on top of things." So she was like, I remember I think she told like my hubby later, it didn't even look like she was about to give birth. Like, I guess the way I am, I remember I was in the living room, I was like, I would stop and I would breathe in and out. Oh, so one thing that always happens to me, it's like my body cleans itself. It happened with both Anila and Zahra. Yes, my baby, you want more snacks? Here, yes. My body like cleans itself, so I literally pee like 20 times. I'm not exaggerating. I poop like 5 times. I vomit like twice. It's like my body just completely cleans itself. So you know how some people poop on themselves, so I'm like terrified of that. So my doctor says eat before you go into labor. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm not eating because I'm not pooping on myself. Which with Anila, I think I did like the slightest, like a little ball, like it came out. But with Zahra, everything happened so fast. I meant to ask my husband, but I'm pretty sure I did not poop. Like, it just, everything happened so fast, and I don't think that happened. So yes, that happens. So by the time everything was ready, one thing that helps me a lot is I breathe. I just breathe. I breathe in and out, breathe in and out, breathe in and out. When I went through the contractions, I breathe. And then when the contractions, like, you always get like a pause. So you get them like every 4 minutes. So those 4 minutes, I would literally relax. I would just relax and enjoy the no pain, and just remind myself it's gonna end. Eventually it's going to end. Relax your body, because the more stress that just stressing your body, anxiety is never good for you. So all I do is breathe through my contractions, and those moments that I'm not having contractions, I literally just relax, enjoy, and praise God that I'm not having a contraction. I did watch a lot of YouTube videos before Anila, so because I wanted to have a natural delivery. I didn't want to have an epidural. So those were one of the suggestions, and I'm like, who's gonna be breathing through that pain? But for me, honestly, it helps. It helps a lot for both. So by the time everything got done, he came back from the supermarket, I finished showering, I got everything together, we're out, we're in the car. It's probably like 6:30, right? So we're driving. I remember I was in so much pain. I was literally telling my husband, from the moment I step into hospital, give me that epidural, please, because this pain is crazy, like insane. And I hear that when your water breaks, your contractions increase even more. I was like, oh hell. I was like, my water hasn't even broken. I'm like dying here. No. I was like, I can't. I need the epidural as soon as we get there. I was like, I don't know. I remember driving. I was like, I don't know what it is, but this is way worse. I was getting a little worried because I was like, why is it so extreme, the pain? But whatever, I calm myself down. I just breathe. This is happening. There's nothing I can do until I get to the hospital. Just chill. But I did remember driving. I remember feeling a pressure on the bottom area. Like I wanted to push. And after I felt my water break at the hospital, I swear if I would have pushed in the car, I would have had the baby. She would have come out. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, now that I know how it would feel for your water to break on its own, that's how, if I would have literally pushed, I would have come out. But I remember I was like, no, just relax. I'm not going to push. Just go through the pain. So we got to the hospital, and my hubby's like, just walk in while I quickly run to go park the car. I was like, I cannot walk. So he knew, because, like I say, I'm Paytana with Anila. I was walking. I was pain and everything, but I was walking. I was like, I cannot walk. Like, I'm in so much pain. I feel like I'm just going to fall on the floor. It was bad. So he was like, oh shit, okay. So he ran into the hospital. He got me a wheelchair. He parked me into the entrance, and he ran to park the car. So literally I'm there and I'm just breathing again. I'm breathing. At that point, I mean, you know, if you get birth, you don't care what anyone thinks, right? But I'm the type of person, I'm in pain, anxious, I quiet down. I don't scream. I just quiet down. I keep it to myself, and I just try to, like, I guess, like, it's a coping mechanism. Just try to make myself relax, be calm. So I'm just in the waiting room, breathing. I remember I was in so much pain. Oh my god. So we run up to the where you're supposed to get delivery. I remember they bring me in. As soon as we see the nurses and they take my wheelchair to bring me in, I'm like, can I have the epidural, please? They were like, okay, we need to admit you. We need to get the doctor, and then we promise you we're gonna get the epidural. I was like, okay, thank you, please. I need it. So I go into the bathroom. They want me to give a pee sample. I'm like, how? But miraculously I did. I give them a pee sample. I'm changing to my gown. I go lay down on the bed. They're putting the wrist on me, and at this moment, I think the doctor, does he come in? I think the doctor comes in, and he's like, well, how's it going? I guess he like ran from the office. He ran. My sister, my younger sister, had the same kind of experience with her second kid. So I don't know if he knew, like, it runs in the family to have kids super fast. So he, like, I guess he ran, and he was like, do I have time to get dressed? I was like, I don't know. I'm in so much pain. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. So he's like, okay, let me check you. So he checks me, and I'm like laying back. I feel like I was like in a movie. I'm laying back on the bed, and he checks me. He's like, you're 9 centimeters. As soon as I pop your oh my god, I'm like, I can't think. As soon as I pop, what is it? As I break your water, you're probably gonna have this baby. But I remember when he checked me and he said, you're 9 centimeters. I literally forgot about all the pain and everything for that split second. And I remember I sat up. I feel like I was in a movie, and I was like, what? Even my husband was like, what? He was mentally prepared, because for Anila, he stood up. Like the first 6 hours, I think I was in labor until they gave me the epidural. He was standing up, holding my hand. I was like, why would you do that? You know, but I guess you don't think, you're just like in the moment, and he just wanted to be there for me, holding my hand. So he was ready. He was like, I'm gonna sit, I'm gonna chill, I'm gonna wait. What happened, baby? What happened? I'm gonna chill, I'm gonna sit, you know, I'm gonna chill, wait for this to happen. So he was like, what, too? Like, he was so, like, surprised. So the doctor, as soon as the doctor leaves, they're trying to put in the IV, and my water breaks. And I remember, I'm like, oh my god, my water broke, because I didn't have that experience with Anila. I didn't know how that felt. So I was like, oh my god, my water broke. And I was like, and I feel like I need to push. So, hi, princess. Mama. Yes? You want water? Okay, BRB. Hey, back. So where were we? So my water breaks, and I'm like, I feel like I need to push. They call the doctor. He runs in. I literally pushed 3 times, and she was out. Ooh. So it was a great experience. It hurt a lot more than Anila, but in a shorter span of time, so it was good. The only thing with Anila, I was good after, I guess because my body took its time delivering. With Zahra, everything happened so fast that after, when I gave birth to her, I remember trying to breastfeed, and every time I tried to breastfeed, I would throw up. So I don't know, my guess, and knowing my body, maybe everything happened too fast. So the body trying, you know how every time you breastfeed your uterus contracts, probably like everything happened so fast, it was kind of in a way like traumatic to my body. And I guess the uterus trying to contract while the body trying to heal, and everything happened so fast that it was just too much for my body to handle. So that's the only thing that every time I tried to breastfeed, I was in so much pain that I couldn't even breastfeed. Like, I would try to breastfeed and I would even try to do the pump, but the pain, and sometimes I would be like, okay, here it goes. Like, I would just be like, I don't care, I'm gonna go through the pain. But it was just unbearable, the pain that every time I tried to do it, I would go through. So I really couldn't breastfeed in the hospital, but as soon as I got home, I was able to breastfeed. Everything got way better, and that was it. And now I have my beautiful princess Zaddy. Come say bye to the camera because we're almost done. Say hi. Say hi. Say I came out in 6 minutes. So yeah, I was admitted into the hospital at 7, and I gave birth at 7:06. This little princess was born. Yay! So yeah, so that's my story. I hope this is a motivation for many of you. I am truly blessed. I know that to have great pregnancies and great delivery experiences. I know not everyone can tell a story like that, but it's a motivation for you. I hope that you can do it. You know, you can do it. Just be open to everything. You know, I wanted to give birth naturally with Nyla, but I was open to the epidural. You know, if it needed to be done, and I did, and I'm glad I did take that route with Zahra. I wanted the epidural right away because I was in so much pain, but it didn't end up happening. I don't even remember the pain. Like, I remember my mom would tell me I can't remember the pain after I gave birth, but with Zahra, I literally don't remember having any pain as I pushed. I probably felt pressure, but I don't remember feeling pain, honestly, as I pushed, like those 3 pushes. So just remember, breathe through your contractions and enjoy the rest, that like 4 minute, 3 minute, 6 minute rest you have between contractions. Just enjoy it, relax. And just tell yourself, you know, this is gonna be over. It's gonna be over soon, and you're gonna have a beautiful baby. And yeah, so that's it. So that's my story. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it was a motivation, and I hope I helped some of you for your future deliveries. Alrighty. So let's give a shout out. Hold on, I gotta look for it. BRB. Okay, guys. So my shout out goes to Bibi Lilybeth. She wrote LOL, laughing because you know what everything has been so far. This looks like so much fun. So thank you again for everyone that has been supporting us, commenting, showing love. Again, I hope to get to every one of you on my videos. Maybe I'll start increasing to 2 shout outs next time. But thank you again for everyone. I truly appreciate, and have a beautiful day. Say bye.